Cancer, welcome to your bi-weekly love reading from February 1st through the 15th, 2018. Thank you so much for joining me today. For your reading, I am using the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walder. And I will be clarifying with the Vera Sibilla here, the little Italian oracle. And at the end of your reading, I'll be pulling a guidance message from the Rumi Oracle right over here by Alana Fairchild. So if that sounds good, Cancer, let us go ahead and get started with your reading, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Cancer, this is your bi-weekly love reading, and it is for all Cancer suns, Cancer moons, Cancer risings, and those Cancers on the cusp. Go ahead and shuffle on camera here. Spirit, what are the most important messages and energies that you have for the sign of Cancer? This is their bi-weekly love reading from February 1st to the 15th, 2018. What do they need to know regarding their love lives? From February 1st through the 15th, 2018. For all Cancer suns, moons, risings, and those on the cusp, what do they need to know regarding their love lives? February 1st through the 15th, 2018. This is their bi-weekly love reading. Let's do one more shuffle for Cancer. Spirit, what are the most important messages and energies concerning Cancer's love lives? February 1st through the 15th, 2018. Alright, at the bottom of the deck, I have Justice in reverse. So some of you can be dealing with a divorce. You could also be dealing with a situation that involves some negative karma. That is karma that is not positive. Perhaps something is out of balance here. Alright. Something is out of balance here. Now, it could be that someone has done something to you that you consider to be an injustice, that is unfair. Let's see what's underneath that. Okay, transformation. Interesting. So this is actually death underneath that. So, normally we have the sign of Scorpio and the sign of Libra here. But definitely there could have been an ending. There may have been an ending to a relationship or some phase in your life, but there is still something lingering that is an injustice. Something that has happened to tip the scales one way or the other, but leaving you feeling that there is still some negative karma here. Alright, let's take a look at the cards. Four of Coins, challenged by the Princess of Arrows. Okay, so this is similar to the Page of Swords. What comes below you is the Queen of Cups. Very nice. Likely your energy. Crowning you, we have Contemplation in reverse. So this is the Hermit in reverse. In your recent past, you have the Three of Cups. Beautiful. And in the near future, you have the Two of Cups. Very nice. Okay, well, you definitely do have a love here. I'm actually seeing a situation where in the past it might have been a love triangle, but I feel like, or maybe even just a friendship, but then I see it moving towards something more romantic. For those of you who are not yet in a committed relationship, or working on a relationship. You do walk into February with the Four of Coins. Yeah, so this actually looks more luxurious maybe than it really is, but the Four of Coins to me is about stability. It's about keeping to the status quo. So you may be in a position of power right now and you don't want to risk losing what you have. So this is about conserving your energy. It's about basically things staying as they are. There can be some miserliness here. There can be some wanting to hold on to what you have, wanting to cling to what you have. So in that sense, it also can indicate possessiveness. But I'm seeing it more here as someone who is very comfortable in their relationship or very comfortable with where they are, and they may not want to open up and expand their power in any way. Your challenge is the Princess of Arrows. Okay, so this is some kind of communication here. You could be dealing with a younger air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We can clarify that in a minute. But the Princess of Arrows, she's represented by Psyche here. And Psyche is was a beautiful young woman who was revered by the gods, actually. And I'm seeing that this also in the challenge position can be read in reverse. So the Princess of Arrows reversed is also my spy card. So it could be that there's some delay in receiving communication. There could be some third-party information coming through. There could be also some kind of slander or some kind of communication that is less than desirable. However, I just feel like you, Cancer, are not going to maybe open up and reveal your cards at this point. At the root of the situation, we have the Queen of Cups. And I feel like this is your energy, very loving, very open, very kind. Queen of Cups, psychic, a very psychic person, usually mother-like energy. In your element, definitely, I'm seeing that. Someone who has quite a lot of power, very much in love, very much residing in the realm of your emotions. Okay, so you could be just dealing with someone who is not a very good communicator. They may take jabs at you. They may just come in and say things to you. And with the Four of Coins, maybe you're in a bit of a protection mode here. You could have just be pulling back into your shell a bit. In the past, you have the Three of Cups, so I definitely see socialization, partying, friendship. I see you with your equals here. These are your peers. Okay, so definitely I feel like good times were had by all. I definitely see support around you. This is actually this is really positive to see this. And in your thoughts and feelings, you have, like I said, contemplation in reverse. So this is telling me that you may be feeling a little bit antisocial, feeling a little bit like withdrawing from the world, a little bit like hiding out for the first half of February. You may also be thinking about a Virgo. It's very possible because this is the card of Virgo. But basically, you may just be wanting to withdraw into yourself to an extreme. And that could be because of this communication coming at you. Whether from an air sign or from any other sign. And remember, I'm reading it in reverse. So it could be less than desirable communication. Likely, I'm also seeing this as a feminine energy, so you could be communicating with a younger female air sign. Going into the near future, you have the Two of Cups. So I am seeing romantic union here. This is soulmate energy. I feel like you do come out of a period of feeling a bit withdrawn, and you are either reuniting with your partner here, or I'm seeing just basically a very strong connection with someone that you love very much. So this is a very positive reading. Now, the Justice in reverse at the bottom of the deck is followed by, or preceded by, Persephone and Pluto, or transformation. So there was some kind of ending here. And we have the Ace of Staves, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Wands. So it looks like you had a choice to make, and you did make this choice. And the choice was to transform in some way. Now, this injustice, this thing that you perceive to be unfair, it could have to do with someone who has been communicating with you in a poor way, in a poor manner. But nevertheless, I feel like you are moving on, and you could also be evolving from someone's friend into their lover. That's what I'm seeing with this progression here. And you are also doing that through conserving your power to a certain degree. So let us go ahead and I'm going to clarify a couple of cards here. Let's take a look at the Princess of Arrows and the challenge position. Cancer. Who is this Princess of Arrows? In Cancer's challenge position. We have a sick person. Okay, so this is someone that has health problems. Maybe that's why they're having difficulty communicating. Ooh, a very serious or destructive event, similar to the Tower. Okay, so it could be that there's been a separation, or there's been something that happened between you and an air sign. Perhaps they did get very, very ill, or maybe there was some kind of an emergency here, is what I'm saying. Who is this Princess of Arrows? In Cancer's reading. We have some news coming in. This is definitely regarding a message. We actually have, it says good or bad news, but I'm thinking that it might be bad news regarding someone becoming ill, or some kind of situation that has intensified, gotten worse, and you may be hearing about it in February. Okay. Now, I want to know why the contemplation card is coming up in the reverse in your thoughts and feelings, which is the Hermit in reverse. Why is contemplation coming up reversed in Cancer's thoughts and feelings? Nothing coming up. Why is contemplation coming up reversed? Oops. Sorry about that. Someone yelling outside. Why is contemplation coming up reversed in Cancer's thoughts and feelings? We have the Prigione and the Nemico. So the Prigione is about feeling like you can't move, you can't act, you feel constrained, you feel bound to something, stuck possibly. You could also be harboring some envy, because this is the card of the enemy here. It's about concealed hate. So you may be harboring some difficult feelings towards someone. It could be that they're a rival, or you have resentments towards them. Yeah. And this person may be sneaking around behind your back as well. We have the worry and the priest. So this is basically telling me that someone is very worried, someone is dealing with anxiety, is troubled about the situation. Now the priest is just simply someone who is trying to do the right thing. It's a man of faith, spiritual guide. So a priest-like existence really is someone who is following what they believe to be the morally right thing to do here. Which for you could mean that you need to spend time alone to contemplate how you're really feeling. I don't think the Two of Cups necessarily needs clarification here, because I just see a union. I do see love coming for you, whether it's in a business partnership or a love relationship. I definitely see union here, something that can't be broken very easily. And likewise, I feel like you're also in your element as well this month, for the most part. For the most part. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle message. What is Cancer's guidance message? I surge on the uprising wave of love. Beautiful. Now, if you'd like to follow along with the message on these cards, there is a site out there, I forget what the name of it is, but if you just Google the name of the card and Rumi Oracle, you'll find the message typed up if you want to read along. But the card I pulled for you is number 5, I surge on the uprising wave of love. Cancer, the card that I have for you here is number 5, I surge on the uprising wave of love, and there's a short poem by Rumi at the beginning. It says, my life can be summed up in 3 accounts. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. Rumi. I surge on the uprising wave of love. No gravity can stop me from rising. The moon pulls the tide of life towards her, and my soul in oneness with all of life answers her call. A wave of love consumes me, and upwards I fly, flying through water to greet her shining body. Led by my heart, my wits are addled, and my mind becomes a blurry mess. And so I feel the truth of her love, and the divine reflection she shines back at me from her radiant heart. Greater forces of planetary movements affect us all. We experience day and night through the interplay of the earth, sun, and moon. This is a profound and obvious effect. The movements of the cosmos affect us deeply, body and soul. Some movements are perhaps less obvious in form, but are just as great, if not more so, in effect upon our spiritual growth and life experiences. You are going through a cycle, or very soon will be, by which you will be moved by forces greater than your own personal will. This is a karmic period, a time during which the movements of greater planetary bodies will have an impact upon the earth and humanity. This is the way of things, greater cycles affecting smaller ones. The smaller ones are not less important, but they do have to bow to the power of the great. In oneness with the magnificent unfolding divinity that is life itself. What we have always have at our disposal is a choice as to how we respond to these affecting movements and cycles. The effect of this karmic cycle now unfolding in your life is to bring you into sweet surrender and awakening into greater love. What a delicious divine destiny. However, even if we sense at one level that a shift has a positive end in store for us, we can encounter resistance and fear. born of the ego in response to the stirring of spiritual uprising. We may quake in our holy body and wonder if everything is getting out of control and into some disorder. We will be right in our sense of imminent chaos. The disorder, however, is the ego perspective because its range of vision is too small, too limited to comprehend the great workings of the planetary systems that move life towards love. That is as it should be. The teacup is not made to hold the ocean, just actually a cup of tea. But if we begin to imagine that the cup of tea is preferable to the ocean simply because it is more containable, how much we miss out on. And how terrifying when we are actually thrown into the ocean and moved by it. Its sheer power, its wild force, and its passionate dance with the Moon Mother might have us fearing that we most certainly will die. Yet the only thing that is dying here and now is your grasp, your attempts at control. Why? Because your heart is more powerful than your fear, and it wants to live in total trusting surrender of the unfoldment of life's genius. It wants to let life happen to it. What a wise intention that is. Why seek to impose a smaller and less interesting story upon life when the great master storyteller is weaving a fantastic tale of great love, great adventure, and sublime spiritual success? No, it is wiser, wilder, and more fun to surf the great wave of consciousness seeking to overtake you now. Dive in, beloved. Surge with it. You are being given a gift of grace in this oracle, the promise that you won't drown, and that you will, in fact, be given a glimpse of your own divinity, should you choose to accept whatever will be offered to you. Don't try to swim against the tide of your own life journey. Go with it. The divine is there waiting for you, orchestrating waves upon which you may reach the heavenly shore. Yes, the divine is there waiting for you, waiting on a picnic blanket of fabric of the heavens, with a sacred feast of earthly bounty just now being unpacked in your honor. Get yourself into the ocean and ride those waves to your sacred date with the divine right now, sweet beloved. Surf's up. This oracle comes with a message for you. There are changes happening and they will be out of your control. This is because you are ready for accelerated life change. Rather than paddling, you'll be caught up in a wave and moved farther, faster. Let yourself surge on with the energy of what is happening, leading with your heart and just going with whatever unfolds. This will bring you the best fortune and open you up to the divine destiny that is your birthright this lifetime. Sacred honoring ritual. Placing your hands on your heart, say the following. The grace of life touches my heart and I am courageous. I surge, I rise. I meet the divine beloved in every twist and turn. I journey home on the wave of love and I graciously accept the hand of my divine beloved, guiding me now through love, mercy, and grace. So be it. Close your eyes and focus on your heart. If you wish, you may like to intend to connect to a feeling of love for your heart. Wise guide that it is. When you feel you are done, you have completed your honoring ritual. So, very beautiful message, a very interesting message. Sometimes, like the card says here, things are out of our control, and we must just have to contend with the forces that are enacted in our life, for better or worse. But I feel that this, excuse me, I feel that whatever is happening here is for your greater good and is bringing you closer to the one that you love. So it feels like it's, whether karmic or not, I think this is a karmic situation, what I'm seeing with justice in reverse here. You need to go with the changes, roll with the changes here, and this wave is going to take you even further, further towards where you're going to want to be. All right, so beautiful message indeed, and I I am sorry if there is any bad news coming to you this month or anything that seems delayed, but it looks like you're going to end up with someone here. The majority of you, not all of you. Those of you who resonate with this, someone here who you're meant to be with, okay? Sending you many blessings, love and light, and take good care of yourselves. Bye.